going to have to bring it in the search and destroy. And this is what we wanted to see. Lithium 29 and 19, Frosty 29 and 14. Not a single person negative on the side of Dow.
I mean, that's worth its weight in gold. Just to think about the fact that they were winning more fights than they were losing already puts them at the advantage, and the rotations were on point. I mean, they broke P2 at the last second, and then Frosty going absolutely massive in the second set of rotations there to break the spawn players of P3. I mean, it's so difficult to challenge that, especially like you said, Frosty just winning his ones when he needs to, and then finding the 2-3 pieces going on a 5 spree out there picking up streaks. It's just so difficult to combat that.
It is, and you're looking at Aerial at the moment, and you're going into a search and destroy that you have to win.
Yeah, you can't not. It's essential. Otherwise, you on map point.
Yeah, so I'm just looking for them to bounce back in the search and destroy, and firstly win those gunfights, because as you could see, Dow just slayed absolutely everything in front of them.
Yeah, that is, I think, is an understatement. The only person I say wasn't putting up crazy numbers was Rahil, but that doesn't matter because he was there in the back anchoring the spawns every time, picking up the scrap time, much like how Rechi does for the side of Aerial. Raz, he's just such a high caliber player. He doesn't need to put up those numbers because his brain is big enough to know what to do in each situation, and that's the talent showing through, like we spoke about, right? You don't need everyone to be firing on all cylinders, or necessarily, not saying that he wasn't, but you don't need everyone to take over the map because you have people like Frosty and Lithium doing it anyway. So Frosty and Lithium on the SMGs both dropping 29. And then the two ARs, like Cobbs, playing that flex role, he was getting kills, being irritating himself. It was just outperformed on every level at the first map, at least.
Yeah, no, it was, and for me, again, we looked at these teams going head to head as a very, very good matchup. But a statement putting it out there from Dow saying this isn't gonna be a matchup; it's one lopsided. But that was the case in Hardpoint. Now we're gonna go to the search and destroy, totally different game mode. Pace is slowed down. And seeing that this is not a LAN and it's played online, that loud EQ in search and destroy is definitely going to play a part.
Oh yeah, I mean, that is another can of worms that we won't get into. But between loudness, EQ, and snaking, ranked play and online tournaments are pretty much plagued at the moment. It's pretty crazy. Regardless, like you said, SD different game mode. Embassy though, Embassy is Dow's bread and butter. I mean, I have no doubt that Lithium's going to be taking out that sniper, and maybe we'll see heroes with it on the side of Aerial. But I don't know. It is tough. This is the one map that you don't want to slip through if you're Aerial in terms of S&D, and it made its way through. So now the pressure is on. Like you said, they have to win this S&D unless they want to start some crazy reverse sweep, which I'm not saying is impossible, but you also want to make a counter statement to being thumped in the HP and put it behind you and come back firing on all cylinders in the S&D.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that mid map gunfights on Embassy. People, if you're attacking, you need to cross, you need to get the bomb down, and you usually have someone sitting top Embassy just snaking yet again, watching the bomb if someone hops it. And if they can shut down mid and make sure they don't cross, or maybe they get bombed down, but you get the follow-up kills coming through mid with pinch or something like that. It can be done, but I don't think I've ever seen Dow this season lose an Embassy S&D.
They're much like FaZe on Embassy.
Yeah, it's like FaZe in almost every single map in S&D. But we've seen watch this week or we saw yesterday FaZe playing
New York.
They lost
New York. They lost 3-2.
Yeah, they lost 3-2, and a game mode that you think FaZe is very, very strong in S&D. If you can take one away, like you saw today or yesterday, the game can be turned around. So Aerial, this is it. It has to happen in the search and destroy.
I couldn't agree more. But sounds like you're kicking the dead horseman and speaking about how crucial this map is. What are you looking in terms of stats now? Because I didn't have a good look on the side of Aerial, but it felt like they got completely out-fried. But players like Bevan tend to have insane S&Ds if they can get those routes. So do you think that there's a counterplay to that? Do you think Frosty or Rusty, as he's called in the game, will be able to counter that and run his own routes and maybe they hit on one-on-ones every time? Or do you think that Bevan might just be able to play his typical, so irritating, gets his way through, finds a single or double kill? Or do you think it's just going to be head-on-head, one-on-one fights all the time?
Well, I know Frosty definitely prefers his respawns over the search and destroys. We usually don't see him pop off too much in a search and destroy. But then again, you've got Lithium and the others to pick it up if it does come down to that. But if you're just specifically talking about Rusty, I'm just seeing a slower gameplay from him. Right? With Embassy, you don't have to be overly aggressive. He's probably going to be your guy that shuts down mid on the defensive side. On attack, probably the guy that's going to plant the bomb and try get out, or maybe get onto the palm head glitch and just snake that as much as possible, trying to find some info. Also trying to see if there's a sniper being pulled out and in which hands that will be.
Well, like I said, I think Lithium, he's scary with a sniper, man. I don't know, man. It feels like sometimes his drag shots are just like mouse and keyboard. I made a tweet the other day about how M&K should be allowed in the league because the best will be the best regardless of input, except for snipers, because swipers on snipers are unbeatable. Swipers on snipers, man, and I feel like Lithium plays with the sniper like he's a swiper.
Indeed, so, and we can hear the game is ready, so we're going to load into the search and destroy. And the chat, all 71 of you, I'm looking at the current state. Who do you guys going to take? Who do you guys think is going to take the search and destroy? And it looks like it's leaning 4-1 to the guys from Dell.
Yeah, well, everyone. I mean, we're speaking about the watch party about CDL yesterday, and a lot of the points that I wanted to speak about there. We're at the stage of the game. Meth has mentioned this that there is a right and a wrong way to play Modern Warfare 2. And the teams that have all learned to play the right way are going to be thumping the teams that haven't. And then the teams that have both learned, it's going to come down to the fundamentals and talent where it's going to make up the difference. But regardless, we're going to see which of the teams here is the more fundamental as we go into game number 2, S&D.
Well, we can see it's Aerial on the attack with beautiful kills going down either side. Actually can't see as they're both the same color, so we're gonna have to keep our eyes on this. And it looks like Lithium has the sniper in hand.
I can't see. Oh, Major, I think that was Major took out Frosty, then all of a sudden it's Lithium left in a 1 versus 2. He's trying to get the defuse coming through now, or planting, excuse me. So Bomb is now down, Lithium in a 1 versus 2. And Richie nading his teammates, or vice versa, I'm not entirely sure. But Lithium with that sniper, like, this is where he can be so devastating, right? He needs to be able to find these kills as quickly as possible.
Yeah, there's one guy that can do it. It is him, but he's up against it against two very good players. This Mage is gonna pop his head up and down there, and a beautiful start from Aerial, exactly what you wanted.
So, oh yeah, well, we've got them. I was going to say we have the teams backwards on our side here, but that's okay. Aerial, first round, and a good start. It came down to the trades in the end. And another thing that Methods made so very clear is a 1-for-1 trade in Modern Warfare is worth its weight in gold. It's really difficult to counter that in S&D. So if you can even find 2, that's even better. But if you can get your kill and get out, you just have to stay alive. A lot of the time, people try to find that second kill, that flashy kill, but it's not necessary in this game. A one-man advantage here is so powerful, as you tend to see these teams playing for that first blood before they even try to get the bomb down. But as I say that, it's going to be Cobbs who finds Bevan, and Bevan's had a bit of a slow one, and life count advantage now for 2 going AF Tower.
Yeah, beautiful read coming in there from Raz, knowing Major's going to come down there. But Rusty playing a back angle, Lithium finding a kill of his own. So it's all up to Heroes in a 1v4 situation. And it looks like this is going to be another attack. But before we get to that next round, if the observers maybe can hear me again, so we can change the scoreboard. I think it is square on the controller or on keyboard. I've actually, yeah. But if we see, we can change that scoreboard. But it's 1 apiece now. In the search and destroy, both attacks being taken, and again 2v1 the first round and 4v1 the second. The Dow definitely having the upper hand at the moment. We'll see if Ariel can do the same thing with another attack round.
They're going to be trying their best. And I don't know, this is a tough map to decide who is more favored in terms of attack or defense. I feel like it can really go either way depending on which team is which, right? If you can get that bomb down onto B, it's excellent. And this is another one of those maps where you tend to see a team only... Oh, nice shots there from Bevan. And Cobbs finds a double himself. I was going to say that was a good start there for Ariel, but Cobbs answers back with a double. And now it's a 2 versus 3. And life got advantage here for Dow as... Oh. Where was Lithium? Where was he? Oh.
Yeah, Lithium, yeah, AC. Yeah, it was just top AC, and a stun came through. He knew exactly where he was. He peeked down, got the snipe on him, and the last guy does fall for Ariel. So first defensive round coming most of the way of Dow.
Well, before I lost my my train of thought there, I was going to say this is another one of those maps where you tend to see a team only plant at B and A is an afterthought. It is something that you change mid-game if you can't get the bomb down at B, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's basically, we're going to go B, gents. If it doesn't work the last 20 seconds, we're going to go A.
Literally.
There's no real, let's go to A from the start, as you can see yet again from Dow this time, getting across. Euro's doing the same thing that Rob previous round, and didn't work for him, and didn't work for Euros as well.
Oh, nice shots there from Bevs. You can't quite find the kill, though. The trades are coming through. Lithium is there to find another. All of a sudden, it's a 1 versus 1. Rechi versus Rads. Battle of the main ARs. And I wanted to say something about that kill there, that Frosty won. He must be living right next to the server, because that was an insane gunfight to win if he was shooting second. Regardless, it was an excellent one to win in itself. In a tough spot now, that being the side of Dow as they need to get this bomb and plant it. Rechi might have just made the big brain play here, get round the back, and I'm sure he'll be able to deny this plant.
Oh, beautiful read, though. Beautiful read as he plants on the opposite side, and now Rechi's going to come through Embassy. He's going to see him snaking there. He wanted to throw a nade, but he doesn't have another nade in the arsenal. Yeah, he jumps down, pops the Deddy, and... let's see which AR comes out on top, as Raz is still doing his Slytherin snaking.
It is just shameful. I love all players alike, but snaking...
Oh, look at this. Snaking look at this. Is just... Toying with his food, Connor.
Dude, that is just straight cheese. I'm sorry. I really can't support this. Like, it is... well done. Raz could have won that in a one-on-one any day of the week, but snaking is the cheesiest thing on it. Between that and the loudest EQ, like you said, wow, that actually irked me. I'm a little bit upset.
Well, they say it's either get snaked on or, do the snaking yourself. So, if everyone does it, why not do it yourself? So, if it wins you the round, it just did there for Raz, and you could see there, and it, literally 3 bullets and the guy's dead.
Well, Hero is trying to make the forward play here. He gets naded up, and he might be able to find the kill onto Frosty. He does indeed. Lithium is there for a quick trade, though. Still on top, AC. Man manages to get up there every single time, and I think he got a second. He does, indeed. So that's 2 quick picks for him, as he finds Mage as well. So 2 versus 3 now for Richie. And Raz, oh my goodness.
Oh! Lithium 3 on the round with the sniper. Give him the ace. Give him the call out. Give him that ace.
He's certainly looking for it. He might have just spotted out Richie last second. Oh, Richie gets away with his life, but Raz hunting. It's a tough one, right? Richie needs to find 3 kills quickly with 42 seconds. Has to pick up the bomb as well, which has been placed pretty precariously on the top of the ladder here, right next to Lithium. And again, man, I'm so upset with the state of the game. Regardless, that's 4 rounds in a row for... Now, they are looking like they dominate themselves in S&D, especially here on Embassy. They know where to look and when to look there. As like I said, dominant performance. 3 in the round for Lithium. That sniper, he's just a different demon altogether.
He is. And you can see with Dow's game plan is shut them down even before that bomb goes down. You can see it was usually Kovs going through orange, jumping right out, going up to sign, trying to get something done. You saw Frosty as well running through mid, trying to get the flank in. It was Heroes that did pick him up, but you can see now Devs at least gets a shot with his AR. Golfs finds one. He does spot the second, and nade comes through, but he's being chased. And the Spidey senses of him is tingling at the moment, but he does pick up Mage as well. And again, it's only left to one player of Aerial.
I mean, First Bloods, I wish I could see the stats for the side of Dow, but I think they've gotten it every round, if not close to every round, and then they just managed to play off the trades, and that's exactly what happened there. Richie left in 1 versus 2, not much he can do, and he just gets sniffed out, right? And then even getting those first couple of shots there doesn't matter.
It just doesn't matter. That's 100%
That doesn't matter.
correct.
No, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
You know, if you've got the players just winning the gunfights every single time, and you can see with the scoreline reading 5-1 to the guys from Dow, the scorecard at the top there is incorrect. So it is Dow 5-1 up and took the first HP quite convincingly, and looks like they're going to take the S&D convincingly as well. We can see there with the scorecard brought up, we can see the players just outslaying at the moment. But the first kill comes down as Mage and Bevs finds one. Raz backs it up with a trade on a Bevan, so man advantage for Aerial.
2 on 3 now. They have to find these kills. Mage, he's looking for these flanks, right? They know roughly where to look, but here comes a bit of utility in the form of a cruise missile, makes it 2 versus 2. So they know where the players are. Information has been found. Rusty picking up an AR to see if he can find a bit more information, but he knows that he might be spotted out on Mage. Free firing, gives away his position. Rusty just playing the time, playing the clock. That veteranship we were talking about, 2 versus 2 now. Bit of a tough one for the side of Aerial as they have to get that bomb down, and it looks like it might be doing a long rotation over towards A.
Yeah, but look who's already here. No, Raz, 6-1, 6 streak. He spots one, just ducking and diving, snaking, doing everything possible just to get out there. And he does just that, but you can see Aerial immediately made the call to rotate over. They caught Frosty on the rotate, and now Bomb's going to go down, and I think Mage is going to fall back. As you can see, player number 2 falling all the way back up to top embassy, and this looks like a round on the board for Aerial again.
Yeah, from the first round to what was almost the last round, Aerial finally back at it. They get a kill there, and coming off the back of I would have to say Mage in that round. I think he got 2 or 3 at the end, so he really just picked up the sticks there, tried his best, got the kills, and I suppose timing worked out perfectly as Frosty was trying to get the rotation in, got killed, bomb went down, and that's a tough 1v2 for Raz to clutch on up. But they have the cushion of an additional 4 rounds in a row if they need it, as it is still 5-2.
Yeah, 5-2, and this game might be out of reach, but take it one round at a time as Richie gets a stun over to Heroes finds 2, so that's absolutely huge. As you can see, Rusty's going to be very aggressive, just running into orange, and it's only one player left, and that is Kovs, and a scary guy to leave alone.
Yeah, well, I mean, absolutely. But the bomb is down, and Richie absolutely knows it, so that's exactly what they're going to be playing around, playing that clock. Wanted him to work with Kovs. Certainly has the brain for the 1v3 clutch, but he has to find at least one of these kills, and it's not going to happen as he gets sniped by Mr. Heroes, if I'm not mistaken, as that's going to be 2 rounds in a row now for Aerial. And they are slowly regaining, getting back into it, finding the kills, playing a bit more fundamentally and a little less chaotically. And that's exactly where they're going to capitalize. If you're going to try and play chaos against a structured team like Dow, you're going to get punished every single time. You're going to have to get back to your fundamentals, and now it's working for them. But again, it's tough.
It is tough, but it comes down to Dow. They were 5-1 up. And obviously, it's going to get more loose. The players are going to play more aggressive, more out of structured. And as soon as they did that, Aerial is crawling their way back. So if you're a Dow fan, you're wanting them back to that structured way of playing as Bevs tries to get the bomb down, and Lithium again with the sniper does find one. He's 9-5, but a trade coming in with Heroes. The sniper is back, and it is so nice to see Heroes with the sniper.
Boomstick in hand, man gets the kills. You love to see that. But in the interim, it was going to be another kill there for Bevan. And it's Raz left in 1 versus 3. Another main AR trying to make it happen here. 22 seconds to work with. He has to try and get the defuse as well. So they are just hunting for him. He gets sniffed out. And that is 3 rounds for the side of Aerial. Looking to make the comeback and force the round 11 here. We might have said it is all she wrote, but not quite the case, as when they started playing bit more structured, they back into this game straight away. And I think that might have been something as simple as Caden picking up the boomstick, right?
Yeah, and you can see they changed something completely with heroes with a sniper. You see Evan being more aggressive as soon as he gets the bomb down. He's way more aggressive, and that must be a call coming either from Rechi or Heroes himself, as they both IGL for Heroes for Viben and Rechi for Aerial. So we'll see if they can keep going on that and take it to around 11.
Well, Raz completely tagged up here with every bit of util under the sun, like we said, trying to find that first pick. He knows where one of the places. It's going to be Heroes opening it up again, looking for a second. He finds it. Heroes with a quick two-piece, looking for three. Oh my word, he nearly got the snap. That was crazy, but Raz is too quick on the draw. Gets the kill. Lithium is there to follow it up. So what was an excellent start leaves Lithium in a 1 versus 2. Tagging up the players, though. Bomb yet to go down.
I almost thought he's going to get that kill against Mage there. And this is so crucial for the guys from Aerial. Just stay alive. They just need to watch Lithium. He needs to get the bomb down. You're just playing time.
And I like what Richie has done here. They have a player on each bomb site. Richie is waiting to see when this rotation is coming through. I'm pretty sure he would have just spotted out there. Here comes the Chow, if I'm not mistaken. Not quite. So the bomb should be going down. He should Chow immediately. Lithium is there, gets away with his life. Will he pop Daddy and go for the defuse? I think that might just be the play here.
We'll see now. Lithium just sitting on the stairs now, making a move. They heard the cue as soon as he stepped. They're on the bomb now. And, shots. Did he get off? He did get off, but there was a trade at least. Well, he didn't. He just stuck it.
He just stuck it.
Yeah, he just said, stuff it. I know Mage will have my back. And, man, from 5-1 down, we're on a round 11.
So, I suppose all of our comments about how they needed to get things together, it appears that Aerial has done just that. They forced the round 11, and if you are in Dao's shoes, you are kicking yourself because you had a serious cushion. You cannot allow this kind of leniency to creep its way on through. And as of right now, round 11 is the name of the game. And I suppose it just shows that Aerial has the potential to take it to them. They just need to play fundamental Call of Duty. And I think that might have just been, like you said, a good call from the IGL. Slow it down. Here we go. On attack is going to be the boys in orange.
It is going to be Aerial that's on the attack. And what they're going to try and do, you can see Frosty is posted up mid, making sure nothing can come through there. Bevan now, top embassy, just trying to duck and dive. But you can see the guys from Dow playing a more mid to A at the moment, as Frosty finds that also crucial first blood. Heroes makes it up with a beautiful snipe of his own, and now in the 3v3 for this round 11, the winner takes the search and destroy.
Absolutely, but I think we're not giving enough kudos here to the side of Dow, because they have kept the bomb away from the bomb site so efficiently. But here comes the streaks from Heroes as he's going to see if he can find something. They know roughly where the players are. That was enough to open up a site, get the bomb down. But number 6, keep your eyes on Cobbs. He might be able to get this kill immediately unless it is going to be a quick trade. He stays alive for now. Information has been had. 3-on-3 retake. It's going to be Raz who takes out Bevs. Heroes still alive. Lithium follows it up with a 1-on-2 Mage. 1 versus 3 now for the man, the myth, the legend, that being a Heroes. But he has to stop this. He fused, but he can't do it quite yet. He sees the player, but he gets taken out. Huge, huge sigh of relief for the side of Dow there as they managed to clutch up in the end, even though they allowed it to get that close. They tightened up their screws, played some fundamental, got the first blood, and they converted the round, taking the SME 6-5.
Just one step too far for Aerial. Great comeback, I must say, from 5-1 down to bring it to a round 11. You can see Bevan, unfortunately, not having the best of search and destroys. But again, Frosty as well, as I mentioned, not too fond of the search and destroy. The respawns obviously more his category of a game. But again, Dow taking the search and destroy, and they 2-0 up in the series.
Yeah, and this is exactly what you don't want if you're an Aerial fan, right? This is where they have, I don't know, maybe let it slip a little bit, and they show their hand a little bit too late. They show that they have the potential to bring it to Dow in the S&D, forced the round 11, but then they drop the ball at the end there, and they drop the ball in the HP, and they've just been punished for it, right? 2 quick maps in a row. I wouldn't say quick maps. The S&D was not quick at all. But 2 maps in a row for the side of Dow. 1 away from closing out the grand finals, taking away that $10,000. That is pretty scary stuff. But we always talk about the potential of a reverse sweep, and it starts in control. And we will be going over to Fortress, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it is a silo. But as we get ready for map number 3, we're going to go into a short little break, and we'll be back shortly.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the grand finals of the Metal State Conquest Season 1. And we've had 2 back-to-back maps going the way of Dao. Let's walk through what we've had happen here.
Yeah, well, let's go back to the first hard point, and then if you're an aerial supporter, you don't want to go back there, but we're gonna have to talk about it. And it was just Dow from start to finish in Fortress Hardpoint. It was one-way traffic every single rotation. Almost, I think I can only think of one rotation where Ariel actually won a rotation. So Dow, just came out firing, and obviously, with Ariel with that pickup, everything's going to be a bit different, play different. Joshua or Trip Nine and Heroes ain't the same person, but Dow definitely capitalized on that. And then the Search and Destroy, we thought we saw the same Dow, or we did in the beginning with them going 5-1 up in the Search and Destroy, and then you know it's two things: Ariel, trying something new, and then Dow, slacking off, actually, trying, just running out, trying different things, and didn't work for them. And yeah, Ariel just fought their way back, but couldn't take that last step, as Dow did take the Search and Destroy as well in a 6-5 scoreline. So they 2 up in the series as we load into our control.
Absolutely, getting ready to go into it, and has been a good long break, so the people should be ready to go, nice and fresh off of the press. We go into the control. The teams are correct, the colors are correct. It is all working out, and everyone loves when a plan comes together. And that is not a good plan if you're on the side of Aerial Gaming, as 3 go down to start off this first round.
Yeah, not a good start, and controls one of those game modes. Either a bit of S&D, a bit of your hard point, with the kills obviously being a factor as well. So can't just run and try and get into that hill. It has to be a team push. And then when I talk about team pushes, Ariel's definitely on the back foot, but this Dow team is going to have to capitalize on that, because this Ariel team is still no slouch.
Absolutely not. But as you say that, there is a 4 life advantage, and A has been secured. So in terms of an attacking round for the side of Dow, it doesn't get much better than that. And they full sent it, got their kills where they needed to, and now all they have to do is work their way over towards B. And if you're on the shoes of Ariel, you have to try to stop that. Right? So you got to get into these positions, keep them spawning at back hat. That's exactly what Richie's trying to do here, is force these sort of like weird spawns to come on through. He might be able to get this kill. He gets a nice shot onto Rob there, but gets taken out in the form of 2 trades. But still, for now, it looks like Rusty on the point, picking up a bit of the tick.
Yeah, and they just need to keep their eyes on the lives remaining is Ariel, as they down at the moment. Frosty, beautiful kills there on a Richie again, 23 to 16 in the lives department. You can see Frosty is going to keep playing that cutoff, as Richie does eventually shut him down, and this is going to give the key to Ariel to try and get past there, but Lithium has shut down Heroes yet again.
Yeah, and the point is still going to be Lithium and Cobbs and Rusty and everyone staying alive for so very long. They managed to find the first tick. So if we're counting ticks here, they're already 4-1 up, 4-0 up, and they might be able to find the second as we speak. But Bevan behind enemy lines, trying to be the fly that you simply cannot swat, but he can't find the kills as everyone from the side of Ariel just falls around him. And 2 ticks now secured for Dow and Raz. He's just working his way towards some streaks. I believe that is 2 in a row now for him. If I'm not mistaken, it is indeed. But Cobbs, he's the one closest. Only 3. Yeah. Everyone is... Oh, man.
Yeah, yeah, listen, it's a silo control. And if you have captured A and you get the right spawn trap, you spawning Ariel far back left in this map. You can see Lithium, he knows exactly where they're spawning. You can see Heroes at the far back there, and Richie spawning at the back there. So they know exactly where they are. And it was easy, 18 lives left for Dow there. Ariel had 8 left, but couldn't do anything. And you can see yet again, Lithium with a hot start, 7 and 3. Frosty there, 6 and 4 yet again. It is a respawn, so you'll see Frosty up there again. From Ariel, the question is, can you do exactly what Dow just did to you?
Well, yeah, that's what we spoke about, how spawn manipulation and control is so key, and first bloods are even more key. And if you got someone like Raz finding a double and only Bevan finding a kill off the break here, that is not the start from Ariel that you'd love to see. So there's been another excellent beginning there for Dogs of War, and they're going to be capitalizing on that as they are working their way towards these trades. And they have a 4 life advantage, or 3 life advantage, excuse me. But Heroes manages to find Frosty. But you can see the way that Dow is currently playing is they're really trying to force in these weird spawns. Raz with a huge 2-piece, unfortunate TK there, actually. So that does open up A momentarily, but not quite. And here we go. Mid-map battle going down. Mage finding one, looking for the second, but Lithium is there for the quick trade. And Ariel, just being beaten back away from these points at every turn. They have yet to find even one tick.
Yeah, I haven't found anything yet, and it's gonna have to be from a team push, trying to stack as much as possible as Lithium still in the quarters of Ariel, just shutting them down every single chance he does get as Mage. You can see he works his way and now up court as he tries to get on B. He's got help from his teammate Heroes as they both stack this hill now, and all his teammates are around him. So if they can get this, Bevs with a beautiful kill, shutting down Frosty, knowing exactly where he's coming from. But the score streak does rain down, and you can see player number 1, he's the guy that is going to be the nail in the coffin for Ariel. That is Lithium. You can see where he's situated, making all Ariel spawn at A now.
Yeah, and Sport at A, they do, and then they proceed to get bullied out of the point by Cobbs as he finds a huge 2-piece there. But as I said, that the first tick might just be found here, but Cobbs gets another kill that seems pretty much illegal. But the first tick has been found. It's just got to be Bevan going huge, and he's certainly picked up his sticks here in this game. Currently 10-7, the only man pretty much positive on the side of Ariel, so he's really trying to do the Lord's work in that sense. But like you said, the spawn manipulation from the side of Dow at the moment couldn't be better. 10 seconds to work with, 17-7, they are just being bullied. It has been nothing but Dow every single time.
It has. And 14, and just look at Raz, he's 14-4, Lithium 15-5, and if you're Ariel supporter, you don't want to look at the right hand side on what's going on there with Richie and Mage at the moment, as they are struggling so much just to try and get themselves in a good position and try and get those kills. They need to get on to that hill. You can see they're going to try and stack B just to get that tick, an extra minute for them to fight with, and they do exactly that. 3 lives left, make that 2. It's just not going to happen this round.
No, not 2 versus 12, and they did manage to find 4 ticks, but that is still 2 less than what they need if they were going to win the defending round. But as of right now, you can see Cobbs and them getting aggressive, getting the kills. Heroes falls. It's now Mage left in a 1 versus 11, which is a very, very tough mountain to climb. 46 seconds. I think that you might as well call it there. But this is something you alluded to there. You can see 6-14 and 6-15 for Richie and Mage, the 2 ARs. So if that's anything to go off of, the ARs on the side of Dow are just shutting them down at every turn, which in turn allows more freedom for the SMGs, which in turn means more kills and streaks and just bullying from the side of Dow. So everything has been Dow, and that has been 2 straight rounds, 1 round away from closing the final grand finals out in a 3-0 fashion.
Yeah, and that's crazy. And I'm actually gonna mention this. And I messaged Rob Kovs 2 days ago asking for a scrim, and his words were, and I'm going to quote it, is "We don't, or I don't scrim." So you can see they don't scrim, and they, doing this to an aerial team, yes, with a pickup, but he's still 12-10 that pick. Euro 6-12. No, he's still a very good player, and just to hear that with Dow, it's just a veteranship from them that's making them this difficult to beat.
Absolutely, and that confident, right? That is a confident statement. I don't scrim, and what appears here, he doesn't need to. But as I say, that off the break, it is actually good color kill feed if you're an aerial fan. There, as they managed to find the majority of the kills here, get a bit of a life count advantage. 1 full set of respawns now, and Mage pushing up to see if he can get these weird spawns to come on through. He's about to get stunned. Here comes the challenge. Cobbs knows exactly what he's doing. Util to the challenge, and B pretty much opened up now as they are beginning to capture it.
Yeah, and keep your eyes on player number 5. That's Richie. He's going to try and get in behind them. And player number 4 is picking that up. And Raz with the Spidey sensors from across the map. And that might just be loud EQ too, because you can hear cross map when using that.
Well, it doesn't matter. He manages to get the read, but not the kill. And Mage still alive in the mid-map, get taken up by Lithium, so he gets the quick shots in there. 3 go down. That is enough to open up A, unless Richie has something to say about it. He gets tagged up, but here comes Frosty with the challenge. He gets the kill, so now A, second tick on the way through. And I think if I was in the shoes of Ariel, this is where you chalk it up. put all of your resources back over towards A and towards B, excuse me, and make sure that you keep them away from it, as it is now pretty much as even as it gets, 20-20, with Richie finding that first kill on this rotation.
Yeah, try keep them away from B as far as possible. You're going to look for someone to push up green, player number 7. That is Heroes. He's going to be the one trying to push up. Not the case at the moment, as they know 2 players of Dow is currently in their spawn. You can see slowly but surely he's making his way up, trying to force them to spawn where player number 4 just did in Raz.
Bevan, he's trying to be the spawn trapper, but he gets sniffed out himself. So it was looking like an excellent hold from the side of Aerial has just pretty much evaporated into a 2-kill lead. But they managed to keep the close spawns. But they might just get punished in a second unless they can find these kills. But you can see Heroes in that pushed up position here to see if he can force those weird spawns. And that's exactly what's going to come on through now. Bevan finding a kill. Oh, so crucial, but he gets traded himself. So 3-on-3 on the retake. Mage finds another. So if you can just keep bleeding out the life count here from the side of Dow, you're looking all right in the terms of Aerial. But as I said, the 2 go down. Richie, last man of defense, but winning a 1-on-1 so close.
Yeah,
simply
Lord.
walking onto the point and slowly obliterating that life count. And you can see how he's pushing up to spawn Aerial pretty much in Narnia. And this is where things start to get a little bit dire if you are an Aerial fan.
Yeah, this is probably going to be captured in a record time as Lithium finds 2. He's going to find the third on. Oh, he doesn't get the kill there, but it's only 1 tick left for Dow to take this series and take the championship. Halfway through to B now as Raz comes back to help, and this might be it. And it is just that, a complete dominance from Dow, as they are your Middle State Conquest Season 1 champions.
And in a 3-0 fashion, like you said, dominant, just completely steamrolled. From the HP, I wouldn't say they steamrolled the S&D. It was looking like a steamroll, but they let it slip a little bit, and then they closed it out 6-5. But that control, man, that was just picture perfect, right? They got the opening break, opening kills, proceeded to convert that into capping A off the rip, and then keep the spawns very, very tough for the side of Aerial. I mean, manipulating spawns, rotating correctly from one side to the other, getting the kills when you need to, streaks being used when they need to clear the point. I don't know. Dow, absolutely the better team in every way today.
Yeah, Dow came out firing. They wanted this W, and they definitely deserved it after the showing they just gave us. Unfortunately, Aerial, one being their coach, I can probably tell you now, going back to them, telling them, listen here, this is one of many that, of the tournaments that's up ahead. Maybe more conquest, wink, wink, to Middle State there. We can get season 2 quickly. But yeah, if just going back to my team saying, listen here, you did play with a pickup, point number 1. And at least in the Search and Destroy, there was a real fighting to take that Search and Destroy. So, yeah, if I'm my boys, definitely don't hang your head low, as you guys didn't make it all the way to the grand final. And yeah, Dow walks away with 5 grand, and Aerial walk away with 2.5, and then third place did Eclipse with 1.5 grand going their way. But Connor, I'm going to put you on the spot. At the end of every tournament, we usually talk about MVPs. And taking today into account, who's your MVP going to?
It would be wrong for me to say that it wasn't Lithium. The stats he put up, consistently doing well, finding 2-3 pieces where it seems unfathomable, but the man just seems to make it work. He was highest damage, highest kills in HP. I think he followed that up in the S&D with that sniper finding. I think it was one stage he got 3 in the round. So he knows what he's doing, right? And for him to end off on a W with a 3-0 in a 3-0 fashion, it would be wrong to say that it's not the MVP. And I think that he did exactly what he aimed to do, which was to end on a burner. So huge kudos to him. Raz, I love you, man. You're an excellent player. But same thing to Mage. He was also doing it. The snaking, it needs to go. It is just, from a competitive standpoint, that is just awful. But everyone, I suppose it is a snake or be snaked world. And I'm of the minority that believes that it should go. But it is what it is, man. Regardless, Dow are the ones that take home that 5 grand, like you said. So huge, huge kudos to them. And thank you to Metal State for hosting this out of the goodness of their heart. No sponsors involved. It was just for the love of COD. So from myself, that's Trout. And Mr. Del Rey, I think that's going to be all she wrote. And we'll be seeing you very, very soon, hopefully with some more Conquest.